we have encapsulated what fanaticism is supposed to be. And everybody in life is looking for an outlet like that.
If ever you wanted the best football fan experience, step into the black hole, because that's what we'll give you.
This is not a test. This is your emergency broadcast system announcing the commencement of the annual purge. May God be with you all.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, for the best black hole experience in Reno, Nevada, we are with our sister, President TBH Reno, Wing King, Nevada, Marlene, and your host, the Cisco Kid, baby. So Raider Nation, buckle up for the best show in Raider Nation, baby, with the Cisco Kid. So buckle up and let's go, baby. So here we are, guys. Cisco Kid, take it away, baby.
How you doing, my brother Will?
Salute, brother. How are you?
All right. Marlene, how you doing?
Good, thanks.
Right. All right. Good to hear. Good to hear. Good to see your faces as well.
Back at
Yes,
you.
sir. So, family, yo, we are here. We got the Cisco Kid, your host. We got our sister Marlene. We are here to talk a little bit about TBH Reno. So, hey, baby, we know you down there at Wing King, sis. We know you guys kick it down there all game long. They got great drink specials. They got great food. Let us know a little bit about Wing King.
Wing King is a pretty cool place to hang out. He's got a good little spot, nice little spot for for us to watch the game. He's got a separate area for the bar too, if people just want to go and sit and have drinks, and TV's on that side. Got a really good menu of wings, sauces. He actually just created the one of our famous burgers from an old casino that we used to have called the Awful. So he kind of got their he didn't steal it or anything, but he just kind of recreated the Awful burger.
Okay.
So he's got that there. He's got some really good new menu items, but it's a cool place to hang out. He's a cool guy, Mike. He's the owner. Really nice guy to come and hang out with him. Gets along with everybody. It's really cool, but it's a good place. You should come check it out.
Awesome. Next time I'm up there, I will.
Yeah.
So, hey, here's a little 411 also, Cisco. Mike is a black hole member. So,
I
baby,
heard.
yeah, you got to get out there and support all people's businesses, man. Get out there and support black hole owned businesses.
Yes.
I mean, like, guys, so what is a falafel waffle burger? I mean, like, what is this?
Right?
Sis? I'm like, I want to know what it is.
The Awful burger has like two big patties. It's kind of like smashed with some, special sauce, but it's really good. It's just really
Special
big. A lot of
sauce,
cheese, yeah, like
on a
tons of cheese. It's yummy. If you're a cheese fanatic like me, ooh, yes.
All right. I expect to see those images on your Instagram, so that way I can see what a waffle burger is.
Awful.
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 awful. Wow.
Awful
Okay.
good, yeah.
So, sis, let me ask you a couple questions, because we all talk about how we joined the black hole, and I'd be like, what was it that brought you to the black hole, or who was it that brought you to the black hole that really was like, yo, like I want to become, because that person kind of like recruited me, or they made me feel at home. I'll be like, what was it that brought you to the black hole?
Well, I had season passes, in Oakland. Um, and I've heard about it, I knew about it, but anytime I went to the games out there, I just kind of, my friends or family and I, we just kind of stayed in our little, tailgate area. We never really ventured out. Um, but Cisco, lived with my sister. They were roommates, and I was out here in Reno, and I'm like, oh, I don't really have nobody to hang out with. I was out here for a while, but then all my friends got married and got boyfriends, whatever. So she's like, "Oh, you should reach out to Cisco. He probably might know people out there." So then after I did, and he goes, "Hey, we got a Reno club out, a Black Hole Club out in Reno." So he hooked me up with Jim, who was the president at the time, and I joined it, and I hung out with them a couple times. It was pretty fun. And then Cisco and Jim invited me to dinner. And I guess Jim wasn't able to keep the presidency anymore. So they asked me if I wanted to take it over. So, just being in the club with Jim at the time, it was fun. They were inviting, they were family friendly, they were all a great, group of people. And I thought that that would be something, good to get into, because I like the family friendly stuff, and just hanging out with other football fans, somewhere to go, and then getting more involved into it. I like the black hole. It's just something that I think I can stand, I stand for, and that I can get along with everybody, any Raider fans, it's just something that I like. It feels like home, feels like
I
family.
got you.
Mhm. And she's
So,
done a fantabulous job since taking over. No, no taking shots at Jim by any means, but he was a busy man, family and
Yeah.
whatnot. He had priorities. Not that the black hole wasn't a priority. He just had a lot on his plate at the time, and probably still does. But Marlene has done a fantastic job, and always helpful. Always, I mean, we all see her online sharing everybody's videos and postings and events and stuff. So yeah, hats off to you, Marlene.
Thank you.
so Cisco, let me ask you a question, man. You see this girl? She calls you up. She says, "Man, hey, I want to hang out. I want to be a part of Raider Nation." What does the Cisco kid do when he sees his phone and he's like, "Hey, who's this? Who's this person just messaging me?"
He starts
Well, like she
recruiting.
said,
And
no, well,
he's
like
like,
she said, I knew her sister. We were, friends and roommates, and uh, great person. And she was just like, "Hey, my sister's a Raider fan, blah blah blah." And I was like, "Yeah, well, we gotta connect, man. Raider Nation, baby." And so we did, and that's kind of how it all kind of just formed itself. But yeah, she was a great person when I met her, and when Jim was talking about like, "Hey, man, it's kind of getting difficult for me, and I kind of feel like I'm neglecting the club, and I don't want to do that." And I think his VP at the time was like, she had some like really high executive. And Marlene, you probably remember, for Amazon, I think she was like head of HR or something for the Western region, or so, I don't know, but she didn't have time either
Right.
herself.
He was
So,
doing a lot.
yeah, so, yeah, I kind of pitched it to Jim, and then Jim was like, "Yeah, that would be great." And then, like Marlene said, I happened to be up there in Reno for business, and I thought it was a perfect timing to get them both together. And we, presented it to her, and she took it, and she ran with it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so when did TBH Reno form, Marlene?
2020.
yeah.
2020, and you took it over in
Well,
2022.
Well,
I think maybe 2021. I don't think Jim had it for too long, huh?
he had, I think it was right on the cusp of ending just about 2022.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because I remember him coming to Vegas, and we had a meeting. We got together and talked, and gave me his background, and told me some cool Raider stories. And yeah, so it was 2020. I remember that because COVID was just kind of ending, or it was kind of there, and well, it was still there.
Yeah.
And then I think he had it about a year, almost two. Yeah, yeah, about 2022.
Man, all right. So Marlene, you come into this role. Cisco goes like, "Hey, you come down like a Camelot night or whatever. You get knighted. You get told you're El Presidente. Man, how is it being a president as a female within Raider Nation? I can let you know. Like I like you are a woman in power. Like as they say, be like if a lot of you don't know, and I know Cisco hasn't said anything yet, but she is the regional person for TBH. She handles 13 clubs, I believe, sis, or 10 clubs. She does
No,
all their
I think it's
probably.
12 now.
Oh, it's 12 now.
Yeah,
12,
yeah.
yeah.
She just
Okay.
got San Luis Obispo and Central
Central
Coast.
Coast. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So now you're handling all these other clubs, and they're going to you and going like, sis, this is going on and this is going on. And of course, you get the big macho guys that come in and they're like, wow, 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 and, everything like that. And then you get everybody that's really cool. So I mean, like, sis, how has that experience been for you? And I mean, like, it's really cool to see because, again, guys, it's really you see how Raider Nation is all equal opportunity. I mean, like it doesn't matter whether you're female, whether you're male, whatever it is. If you got somebody and you're a good person, good things happen. And Marlene is definitely a good person. So,
Oh, thank you.
sis, hey, we know it. I mean, like it's all love, sis. You know that. I mean, like Cisco knows it. That's why he put you in that position. And I mean, like ever since I've known you, it's been an amazing friendship relationship. We
Aw,
developed a great friendship, and
thank
it's
you. I
great
feel the
people.
same way with both of you.
Thank you.
Yep. Like
But
family instantly.
yeah, exactly. So,
She's
sis,
on.
how is that? How does that feel? And how did it feel when Cisco gave you that call and he was like, "Hey, you know what, sis? I think that you're ready for this position, and to elevate you."
Well, I was pretty glad that he thought of me that way, and I think just doing what I do, on a normal basis, sharing, um, getting a lot of information, like, what I don't know, I go to Cisco and just, retaining that stuff. And when somebody needs help and calls me or asks me or texts me or whatever, then I have that information for them. It's just a good thing to do to help out the other clubs to get them to where I'm at, because everybody wants to, you know, um, help everybody. They all want to be there for Raider Nation. We want them to be, up there. And I think that um being in the position I am, I have a lot of, information that I can help them with too. Coming from Cisco, my mentor, who is the best, you know, um I can ask him for anything so I can relay that over to the other clubs, and most of the time, Cisco and I, we get along pretty well. We're kind of like on the same level. So a lot of times I'm like, well, you know, I know the information already, so I'll just give it to them. But if I don't, I just reach out to Cisco real quick and we take care of it real quick. So, it's a great feeling to know that I can help out a lot of other clubs and get what they need, you know. So I like it. I enjoy it.
Yeah, and it's kind of a lot of. I mean, we all know, we all talk to each other and this and that, whether it's a quick text message, a quick phone call, or, a social media message or whatnot. And, the camaraderie that we all have is great, whether, we don't talk for a couple of months, as soon as we talk to somebody, it's like, we pick up where we left off. It's no like, man, how come you haven't called me or nothing? I mean, everybody knows everybody's got families, work, personal life, especially, the presidents taking care of the clubs and doing what they do. But yeah, I mean, that's one thing that I'm really pleased with, that you don't get any of that. You just get like, hey, man, how you been? It's like, good to hear your voice, whether it's, JT in New York or, Mayo and Albuquerque. San Antonio. It's just picking up where you left off. It's awesome. I love it.
Hmm.
Eh, So Cisco, you have, like you said, you've divided it up. You've divided up the country into several different regions, and you said, let me ask you this. You said, hey, really like Marlene. She's a good person. What made you come out and said, hey, man, TBH Reno, head of the Pacific, a region of TBH? I'd be like, because a lot of people would think, hey, it's going to be uh, LA or like yourself, Las Vegas, or, or a bigger city that is huge. But no,
To take
you
care of the
went,
rest.
hey, yeah,
Yeah.
but you went, hey,
Well, it really didn't have anything to do with Reno. Like she could have been in Timbuktu. She could have been in the Antarctica.
yeah,
It was the person, getting the right butts in the right seats. So because of who she um, is why I chose her to be one of the, I guess you could say trustees is what we call them, but I don't even like using that. Just one of the, one of my right hands, and she's doing a great job, and you're doing a great job, and
Thank
Levi's
you.
doing a great job. So,
thank you.
I feel I rolled the dice right. So I'm not a gambler, but I was like, man, I did roll the dice here. Good. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Thanks.
No, hey, and he's right, sis. You guys are doing a fabulous job out there. We're going to talk a little bit later about some events that you guys got going up there.
Mm.
That you guys are putting together. You did the first barbecue or the first blackout for the Northwest or Northern Nevada and Northern California, and
Yeah.
you put it together with 7 other clubs.
Yeah.
So that ain't easy, guys. But we're going to tell you guys that a little bit later. One thing we are going to tell you about is we got December the 29th.
Oh, yeah.
Got Cisco's main, Kenny Shed, is coming down and hooking up with TBH Reno at Wing King for the signing for the NOLA game. Well, you will see my butt in NOLA. And we will actually do a live stream where we will have you guys linking up with us at your guys' event and while we're at NOLA. So, sis, tell us a little bit about this event that you got going on.
Well, we got Kenny Shed on December 29th, like you said. Um,
Bam.
he's going to come down, talk about, his mental health organization or, uh,
Mental.
it's mental health,
Mhm.
Yeah.
that he's got going on. His little, what is he's got like a video or a movie or something like that happening.
Yeah, it's a documentary. It's a documentary. So, for those of you that don't know, Kenny and I have formed this film production company. We've done, a few short films, did some local real estate commercials, and submitted them to Sundance and some other independent film festivals, and we've won a couple of awards for for them. But now, even the NFL, you see the commercials. It's all about mental health and that. So, with Kenny being, a former NFL player, and the CTE has been mentioned, and a lot of NFL players have suffered from it and took their own lives. And it's just not football players, but everyone else. Everybody under the sun, is at some point or another affected, with mental health. And we thought we would kind of shift a little bit from our our film production company, which is called Always Dreaming. And so we have the Always Dreaming Foundation, where it focuses on mental health. So we're putting together a couple of documentary, kind of short documentaries. We're picking some certain individuals that are affected by that and are open to share their story with us. And again, it's just promoting awareness. and we hope that more people will take this serious. And, yeah, so we just hope everybody
Yeah,
kind of
he'll be
catches
bringing them.
on.
Yeah, he'll
So
be
he'll be
bringing them
talking
to
about that
Reno.
a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And also, if anybody's interested, he'll be signing autographs and memorabilia. Just go to the TBH Reno chapter website and, let us know you're going to be coming.
Absolutely. Hey guys, hey, you know what? Cisco Kid is a man of many hats, I guess, because we did not know that. He just dropped the 411 that the man is in the video production business. What?
A little bit. A little bit.
you know, hey,
Going to be
it's a
on the big
beautiful thing
screen
though.
soon.
Hey, I hope so. Cisco Kid, big
Yeah.
screen. Hey, but we talked about this beautiful thing. I mean, like, I love the fact that TBH is hooking up with an athlete to bring awareness to this mental health situation. A lot of people don't know how mental health is actually all over the place and it runs rampant. It's just not one thing. Guys, as a former service member, I see it all over the place. You see PTSD, you see people struggling with all sorts of depression and stuff like that. So I do appreciate that. And I love the fact that we want to bring awareness to that. So guys, get down there to TBH Reno's Wing King event. Go down there, show them support, show Kenny King support for his event. And let's make sure that we keep that always dreaming foundation in the back of your mind. If you have a little bit of something that you want to give, so that way we can promote those people's stories and get their word out, please go out there and support.
Yeah.
And watch the Raider
I
game
mean,
at the
most of
same
you
time.
know.
What's that, sis?
What's that?
And watch the Raider game at the same time.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you definitely need some mental awareness after what we're going through this season.
Right.
Man. But
Really
yeah,
good.
guys, it is just to kind of end it with this. I mean, yeah, it seriously is. I had unfortunately I had 3 of my good friends take their own lives. And you wouldn't even have known it. They always had smiles on their faces, and you were shocked. We were all shocked when we heard of the news, and it's a terrible feeling. Self-consciously, most of you know and been friends with me, or most of the people that have been friends with me on social media see that, I mean, for over 10 years, every morning, Monday through Friday, I put a motivational quote. It's not anything that it applies to me. Some of it does, some of it doesn't, but it's just a positive motivational quote that, hopefully I think people would see it and kind of, if they wake up feeling a little groggy or not themselves and or depressed of something they were thinking about the night before, something's on their mind and they read that, I share that so that people can read that and be like, you know what, that's it, I'm going. And I was pretty surprised that I either get inbox messages or text messages, the people that have my numbers, and saying, oh man, I love that quote this morning, I really needed that. So I think that encouraged me to keep it going. It started out with me just texting certain friends, not that they needed anything, but it was just like, hey man, just start this day off with positivity in your life. And a lot of my friends would tell me, well, I wouldn't say a lot, a few would say, dude, you should share those, man, on Facebook, man. Those are good, man. You don't know how people are feeling that, so I did it. And yeah, it's I don't know who I'm affecting or what, but it's just a little something. It's just like when you're walking, you pass a stranger and say good morning.
Absolutely.
I know
Absolutely,
what it
Cisco.
is when I walk by and somebody, I'm thinking about something and somebody walks by me and says, hey, good morning. I'm like, oh, hey, good morning. And instantly it puts a smile on my face.
Mhm.
So, it's just those little things, they carry a lot of weight.
Absolutely, man. And I'm glad that, TBH Reno decided to hook up with Kenny and support that and support that issue. They came out there like, hey, let's throw an event. We're going to support that issue, throw our name behind it, and then have an event and have people come up and show up to support. That's the
Yeah.
big thing about it. It's a beautiful thing to see that both things can work together. People say, hey, you know what? Football is just football, but hey, we're putting football and life together,
Yeah.
big time events. So, guys, again, TBH Reno will be doing this December the 29th down
Yeah.
there at Wing King, 101 East Pueblo Street,
Yes.
Reno, Nevada. So get out there. Hey, if you guys need any information, make sure you guys hit up our sister Marlene. Make sure you hit me up, or you can hit up our brother Cisco, and we will be more than happy to direct you into the right direction and to winking. So, guys,
Yeah.
let's get into the next segment of the show and talk a little Raiders football. So let's transition. Hold on. Oh, yeah, baby. So now we are back to talk a little Raiders football with our sister Marlene and the boy Cisco Kid. Guys, we go down to Tampa and we take another tough one. I mean, our boys are out there. We're fighting and we're scrapping. I mean, like the first quarter, we didn't look so hot, but we come back, we make it a game, and man, we fall flat on our face. Sis, I'm going to start with you because it's always ladies first. So, you know, I know that sometimes you're working, you're driving, sometimes you're doing all other stuff. So, hit us as you're listening in the car or if you're at the game. So hit us with that.
Unfortunately, I did not even watch anything or hear anything because it was my daughter's birthday. So we were
Oh,
busy. Yeah, we were busy all day. So I was just focused on her and what she wanted to do. So I just saw the score and I was just like, okay, I'm not looking anymore.
well, hey, happy birthday to your beautiful daughter. I hope you
Thank
guys had a
you.
great
Yes.
time out
It was
there.
fun.
Hey,
Yeah.
and I respect that, sis. It's all about family,
Yeah.
That's what we're all about. So,
Yep.
Cisco Kid, I mean, like, bro, I know you was watching the game because I got a phone call right after, and I go like, hey, he's spilling the 411, so I'm gonna just let it go. Go ahead, Cisco.
Yeah, man, it was another tough one. I mean, right from the gate, we were down 14 points. Again, something else that just struck me that was like, my God, what are we doing? It's like, we don't challenge the play in Kansas City on the first down that we obviously made and didn't challenge. And then he decides to challenge a catch that he was clearly out of bounds. I'm like, what's going on? Yeah, that was just something that I took from that game. It just was like, it let me know the type of season we're having. But, we are Raider fans. We are loyal to our team, and we take the good with the bad with the good, and we stick it out, and we continue to watch it till our eyes bled.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. We sit there and we root, win, lose, or tie. Raiders till we die. So, we support our team. We support AP, coaching staff. We just wish they would turn things around. But we'll still be there next week, rooting them on, cheering, clapping, getting all geared up. So,
Yep.
You're not lying, guys, man. I mean, like, hey, I'm not. One of the first things I said, man, I just wish my team would back up all the shit that I talk.
right? Exactly.
You go to the bar, you're sitting there, you're talking smack, see your boys, and it's like, hey, man, at the end of the first quarter, you're already getting whooped up on. You don't see any life. Your team comes back in the second quarter, or the second quarter makes it into a fight just for you to be talking a little bit more smack. And then the third and fourth quarter happens, man, and all you do is just get whooped in there. So it was a tough game. It's like Cisco said. I mean, like I saw a lot of positive things. I saw some things that were negative. I really was questioning our run defense, guys. Our run defense looked very questionable. We just looked suspect. We didn't look like we got off the plane in the first quarter. In the first quarter, we definitely stayed in the locker room. We, in the second quarter, we came alive. Our defense started making big time plays, but we couldn't capitalize. Now it's like Cisco said, we see a play where we throw the flag and we say, hey, let's get a replay on that. When you're sitting here, I'm like, man, who the heck is our replay coach? Like, fire that guy. I mean, like, can we finally fire that guy too? I know we fired Getsy, but can we fire the replay guy, guys? I mean, like, I've been sitting at the bar every single game, and I'm like, why? Why not that one? And then it goes like, oh, we're going to throw the flag on this one. I'm like, a one that I'm like, bro, I'm like, I can see it. And I got freaking binoculars sitting from the freaking TV. So I'm like, man, that was tough. And I'd be like, it's like Cisco said, it's, man, it de-energizes you. It sucks. Man, it kills you inside. Now, with that being said, also, guys, you see it around. I'd be like, it's hard when you're hanging out with your group of friends gets smaller every single week. Nobody wants to come out and watch the game because they go like, man, I can't watch that. Like, it's difficult. They're like, hey, we're struggling. We're not playing well. We're not, everything is going wrong. And you guys know that within Raider Nation, we have the guys that we lose one game and the season is over. Much less 9 games in a row. I mean, we lose 9 games in a row. They're calling for us to fire everyone. I mean, like, they're saying, hey, we got to fire the water boy. We got to fire the towel guy. We got to fire the guy that freaking does this. I'd be like, hey, that guy sucks. This guy sucks. And half these guys have never gotten off the couch to play football, by the way. So I'm like, yo, guys, how are we going to get, as Raider Nation, pumped up and excited for games when you know that the outcome might not be what you're looking for? Yeah, you go to war every day, right? It's just like a boxer. Man, a boxer is going to go out there and fight and fight and fight. But man, you can only get beat up so much. So how is it that we build excitement within our own communities to go and watch the game and be excited to be a Raiders fan and be together and watch that camaraderie and be like, yeah, man, hey, I'll see you there Sunday, no matter what? How is it in your guys' personal experience that you have to do to build to keep this going, especially during these hard times of watching our team struggle?
Well, I think most Raider fans, we are who we are. We literally are built different. We are. We know we stink, but we're there saying we're gonna win this one. Every off season,
Every time.
We're going to the Super Bowl.
We're turning it around. We're turning it around. It's just the way we are. We're built different, man. We really are. I remember days in Oakland. It's can't really use this analogy here in Vegas because we all know it's very different in Vegas with the casinos buying tickets and all that crazy stuff. But in Oakland, for the years that we were terrible, we were still, I remember going up to my seats and taking pictures of the mob of Raider Nation lined up to get in like cattle. Couldn't wait to get into the stadium. And we're coming off a 2-14 record. We're terrible. We haven't been over 500 in years, and every home opener, boom, there's just a mob of people to get into
4
the
o'clock in the
Coliseum.
morning.
Yeah. So, we're different, the guys down the street, the other team where the Girly Gold and Ruby Red, they had a brand new stadium in year 2. They stunk, and they had a brand new stadium. In the second year that the stadium was there, they got Jed York going on Twitter, giving tickets away to the game. And they call themselves the 49er faithful. Give me a break. Get out of here with that. If anybody's faithful, it's us.
So you said something.
And then, of course, Browns fans.
Oh, You know, the dog pound is hey, the dog pound. There's some serious fans. I got my boy when we play them. He's a dog pound guy. We're gonna bring him on the show. I'm telling you, man, they're a different breed. Those guys are crazy. But Cisco, I'm gonna come back to you. I'm gonna ask you a question because you told me something right there that you said, "Hey, Las Vegas is a lot different than Oakland." But I want to get back to that. I'm gonna ask my sister Marlene on her opinion and how she feels like the things that we need to do as like a Raider family to keep us together, to keep us fighting, to keep us because it's hard, sis, and you and I know this. We talk about this.
Yeah.
You know, we live outside of I live in Colorado. So first of all, you know, finding Raiders fans, it's like finding a needle in a haystack. And then to get like people to be like, hey man, like let's do this, you know, every Sunday and we're gonna do this and we're straight legit, you know, it gets difficult. But I'd be like, I have some things that I've done that, you know, we'll talk about, but I kind of want to get your perspective first.
Yeah. Same thing. You know, it's hard, especially when we're losing a lot of people. Like Cisco said, everybody's different, you know, and I try to stay positive, like, you know, let's show some support, not only for the club, for the Raiders, but also for, you know, Winking. Let's get out there, let's cheer them on, you know, and some of them are just like, oh, we're not doing that great, I don't want to go, you know, or, you know, and I try, you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
hey, let's have a raffle. We're gonna have a raffle, you know, and I try to get everybody out to come out and, you know, be together to watch the games and show some support. But you know, everybody's different, so I just stay positive myself and just let everybody know, hey, let's go watch the game. I'll be there. So I just hope everybody walks in the door when I'm there.
No, it says, and you know, I get that. So, and here's one thing that the Cisco kid told me on episode 1, and it has stuck with me because I really do believe in this model. Okay, he said the black hole is not an organization; it's a family. We have done so many things, and I have a group of friends that you know, our club is my family. They're my extended family. We always try to do birthdays together. We'll do the Canelo fights. We do things outside of football that unites us. Because yes, football is a great uniter, but at the end of the day, I believe it's only one piece of the puzzle. And that's something that, like, you know, stuck with me. Cisco told me, he's like, you know, the way that Rob brought me into this family was, hey, at first it was like, you're just a hang around, you know, you're like, hey man, what are you doing? Hey, you know, are you here? What's up? Everything all right? You know, hey, come over, have some dinner. Hey, come over, you know, let's do this. And I think as we have done that, because we've had members that have had cancer and we did a fundraiser for them and we supported them with other organizations here in town and we've supported each other. And like, you know, we've had friends that their wives pass or their moms pass away, you know, and we are there at the funeral to support and, you know, just to do little things to be like, hey, you know what? You're more important to us than just the game, than just coming up and being here up for 4 hours on Sunday. And, you know, that's what I believe the black hole is for me. You know,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
black
we
hole
do.
family.
Yeah, we do a lot of that stuff too. And we do get a good turnout when we do a lot of family stuff like that. You know, they're not
Yeah,
watching the
no,
games, but yeah, we're doing a lot of family stuff. We got our Christmas party, pajama party coming up. So we've got quite a few of us that are going to be doing that.
that's awesome.
You'll see us post some pictures. So yeah, that's coming up uh this weekend. Yeah, it's
Hey,
coming up
can't
this
wait.
weekend.
We will be reposting on our page. Make sure that you guys follow us on IG and Facebook because we will be reposting everything because what we want to show is you guys is that we are one big family. Guys,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Black Hole, we're
And
family.
one thing I want to say, like, you know, the intro was Raider Man's the Raider Oath, right? The intro to that or this episode. Are using seen the whole thing. It's about 11 minutes long. It was that E60 ESPN segment that they did on us a few years ago or last year in Oakland. Just before it gets to my part, actually, no, it's after my part in the video. Senor pops in, and he says it right there. And it gives me chills every time I listen to it and I rewatch it, where he says, this is my family. I'll do anything for them. He meant that, and he means that. So, like I said, we're different. We are definitely different.
No, you guys are absolutely right, man. I mean, like, hey, guys, and I'll say it right here, I got nothing but love for you guys. I see you guys as my extended family. Every time I see you guys, it brings a little smile to my face. It brings a little happiness to my heart. I mean, like, Cisco seen us when, you pick us up at the hotel, and you saw me when, we flew out to Seattle, and I mean, like, we did the block out in Seattle, and you pick me up at the airport, and me, I'm like, I'm loud as
You
hell.
work hard.
Yeah. And I'd be like, we had a great time with our extended family up there in the Pacific Northwest. And I mean, like, guys, that's what honestly the black hole is about. And I'm just going to put it out here, man. We about family. We about taking care of each other. Yes, we do know, man. We are not perfect. Nobody is. And guess what? We are working on ourselves and working on us, and we will continue to get better and provide you guys out there bigger and better things. And you know what? Let's get into our next segment where we are going to talk about those bigger and better things that we got going on. So, guys, we are going to just take a short swipe. And now let's get into Raider events and a little Q&A with our boy, the Cisco Kid. So, Cisco, Q&A, what is your favorite moment as a Raiders fan?
You just said it. Being a Raiders fan. Being a Raiders fan. Everything from the love of the team, to the people that are in the nation, in my black hole family. You just see somebody, rocking a Raider hat or a jacket or whatnot. And, you just kind of Raiders, Raiders, or you just get the fist pump, or, most of you have probably heard the story. I mean, I was vacationing in Tulum, Mexico, several years ago, and it was kind of a big, outside lunch area, eating area. And I'm at the table, and this guy, I don't know, 50 feet away or more, sees my Raider hat that I'm wearing, and he just screams out, "Hey, Raiders!" I look, and he's got his hand up in the air, and I'm like, "Oh," I go, "Yeah," and I take my hat off and I hold it up, and get talking to my family and eating and everything, and then all of a sudden, I don't know, moments later, boom, he's like right up on me, and he's like, "Yeah, man, Raiders," and then I see he's got Raider board shorts on, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, all right," and he's like, "Yeah, man, I go, "Oh, nice to meet you." And he, introduced himself. I said, "Are you from the Bay Area?" He goes, "No, man, I'm from Ohio." And I was like, "Oh, shit." I was like, "Okay, all right, right on, man." He's like, Where are you from?" And I said, "Oh, I'm from the Bay Area, born and raised in San Francisco." And yeah, we talked for a few minutes, but it was, that's the kind of camaraderie and unity that we have as fans, is things like that make you, regardless of our record, make you feel proud to be a part of Raider Nation. And that's it. That's it.
All right. Well, hey, sis. So, what is your favorite part about just being a Raiders fan?
Being able to meet other Raider fans, and just bonding real quick with people that are Raider fans, making it feel like family. I mean, just being around other Raiders is just like I've been there forever. That's the camaraderie, like Cisco says, just everybody just getting along as a Raider fan.
All right. So, in the Q&A, we always allow presidents or whoever comes on as a guest to ask Cisco any question that they have pertaining, whether it's to the black hole or any questions that have arisen within your region. Sis, do you have any questions for our boy, the Cisco Kid?
Cisco. Um,
Fire
Oh,
away.
geez.
Don't hold that. Well,
uh,
I was gonna say,
actually,
let's see history blindside. She always asks me questions, and
I
I
know,
answer them.
I
And
know.
so,
She just hit me out of nowhere with it. Didn't even need to think about it.
Well, all right.
um,
Hey, we'll come back to that. All right. We're gonna
okay,
come back
okay,
to that then. All right.
okay.
We're gonna hold that off for the last part. But all right, we're gonna hold up. All right, Cisco. So, hey, we were talking about a little bit of events. You know, Sis is gonna come back with a little bit of Q&A. All
yep.
right. One more question for you from me.
Okay.
Who, when you first met, you know, you meet quite a few athletes that come around because you've been around and you've done a lot of things and been part of the black hole. What's your like when you interacted? What was your favorite guy that you interacted with, and what was it
Oh,
that brought so much attention to it?
like a former alumni that I
Or
was like,
like whoever it is, like so
Current,
just somebody that you were like, man,
anybody?
I've never. Go ahead, sis.
Is it
man,
current for
it's a
anybody?
yeah, you know, it's a toss up between because he was so down to earth and friendly and like wasn't rushed. Um, he generally listened, and I could tell he was engaged in that brief conversation that we had. Was Charles Woodson. So
Mm,
I'll try and make this quick, but my ex got me a birthday gift, and it was basically dinner when with Charles Woodson and his partner
yeah.
that does the wine. So it was kind of shortly after he launched his wine, back when it was called 24 Wines. And the dinner was just for merchants, like people that sold, whether they had restaurants or they had liquor stores that would sell his wine. So it was for that. And the lady kept telling my ex, like, no, this isn't for fans. It's for, you know, business owners and restaurant owners and retailers and blah, blah, blah. She kept on and she finally got me in and we went, and it was in Napa. And she was like, where is he? I'm like, calm down. So it was like a mixer right in the beginning, right? And he finally walks in, and I'm at the bar. I'm at the bar getting us drinks. And I turn back, like, you know, as I'm waiting for people, I turn over, like, and she's like there with him. And I'm like, oh, I'm like, hold on. So anyway, long story short, I finally get up there with our drinks. I'm like, she was like, but right as I'm walking out, she said, he's one of your biggest fans. He's a Michigan State fan, and I said, oh, and I just my head went up in the air, and I was like, it's Miss. And he turned and looked at me like, is she for real? And I said, honey, it's Michigan, not Michigan State. And she was like, oh, yeah. So, and he was like, man, I was about to walk away, and then he goes, nah, just playing, and you know, and we were talking, and then, you know, I just got to talk to him about, I said, you know what? I go, I know you're busy. You're here. You got a lot of people you got to meet and this and that. I just want to thank you personally from Raider Nation. The way you conduct yourself, the way you wear the silver and black, you talk about the Raiders. It's players like you that make us fans and continue our loyalty to the team because of who you are and how you represent us. And I want to thank you. And I go, you're so humble. Um, and he goes, yeah, man. He goes, nah, I appreciate that. I really do. And I said, nah, man. I go, I'm going to take it a step further. I go, I remember it was an interview. It was a Monday night game. We played Kansas City. He was going against Andre Rison, and he was getting toasted. And he turned and he just shook his head and like, and went like this with his hands, like, as to mental psych himself out, like, that's it, no more. I'm shutting this cat down. And he had a fairly great game after that. And I told him, and I said, that was a milestone for me because it let me know the type of player you are. Number two, this part lets me know who you are as a person. On that same game, you were interviewed at the House of Prime Rib, which is one of my favorite restaurants in San Francisco. And you were talking so humbly about your upbringing and your mother raising you and your brother and sister. And you were talking about syrup sandwiches that you at times had to eat syrup sandwiches. And then you were sitting here, and now I'm here eating this beautiful meal. And I'm so thankful to where the position I'm at. And you should have seen the look on his face when I said syrup sandwiches. He just like turned and just was like, wow. And then when I was done talking, he goes, "You remember that?" I said, yeah, I remember that. And then he leaned in and just gave me a hug. So I was like, man, that's a genuine dude right there. He's solid. And yeah, then afterwards, we went, his partner, Rick Ruiz, invited everybody to this downtown bar. I don't know if it's still there, called Napkins. And he goes, "Hey, I know it's a rainy Tuesday night, but hey, whoever wants to join us, we're going to cap the night off over at Napkins in downtown. Everyone wants to go." So, damn well I was going. So we went, got there early, and he walked in. Rick walked in first, and Charles walked in, and he walked over to the bar, and it was fairly dead. It was a Tuesday night Napa, and it was storming that night, storming. And I go up to the bar, and I told the I go, "Whatever he wants, it's on me." He was like, "No, no, no, no." Like, no. And I go, "No, like I said, Charles, I appreciate you and who you are." I go, "All the memories you've given me in the Oakland Coliseum, this one's on me. Don't let him buy that." And she's like, "Okay." He ordered whatever. I don't know what the hell he ordered, but it was like a glass, and it was like $85. I was like, damn, what the hell did you buy? But it was more than worth it. You know what I mean? It was way worth it. So yeah, man, Charles is a good dude. And speaking of Charles, I guess I might as well, I'll save that for the events part of it. And the other player, is my guy, Phil Villapiano. I call that guy, we text each other during games, and he's just a great guy, his family. I mean, his aunt texts, I'm sorry, his sister texts me, his sons and daughters, we talk. A couple of his old buddies he grew up with, I got to meet this year, and they'll text me too. And so it's Raider family, man. You know what I mean? So it's great. It's a great feeling.
Oh, absolutely, man. I mean, like, I remember my first event that I really wanted to go to Raider Nation. I think it was like in May. We did like they did a Cinco de Mayo thing, and it was at Hooters. I think it was back in 2012 or 2020, right?
Oh, wow.
And they did this thing at Westgate where everybody at the Westgate was getting together, and Black Jesus walks in, man. What I call the GOAT. Black Jesus walks in. Everybody, like in Raider Nation, you see the wave of people just like open up, and like, I mean, like, you got people that are in costumes, like sprinting out the way and like going all, and I'm like, what is going on? And there he comes, man. That Jesus always has his earpiece in. I mean, like, he had his little, I don't know whether it's the iPod thing or, the earpiece in, walks around, just waving. I'm like, oh, I just seen Black Jesus. I'm like, man, did you see my man? Did you see Seawood? Hey, it's definitely awesome to see the way that he carries himself. When we went to the home opener, we were having a lot of different events, and as soon as people hear the word Seawood, it was like flies to poop, man. Everybody was like, yeah, and everybody was like, where's he at? Oh, he's over there. I got to make it over there. He might not even be there by the time I get there, but I'm going to try to get there.
So much going on.
Yeah. So, sis, gave you some time. We gave you some, turning the gears in there. Do we got anything?
Well, yeah, now that we talk about it. So, Cisco, you were so kindly to get us hooked up with Kenny Shed. Who else can you hook us up with?
Damn. Hey, let's keep the Rolodex closed. Hey, so let me ask you this, Cisco. And just on that interesting note too, because you seem to like everywhere we go. Like this is the Cisco kid again. Like Cisco has been around and shook a lot of hands, kissed a lot of babies. We had an athlete at one of the things for for the house party. What I forget his name.
House party? Mountain?
Yeah,
At
we
the mou-
at when we did it at the home opener.
oh.
I forget his name. He
And I
played
can't.
defensive tackle. No, he played defensive tackle. It was at the house party on that Saturday, I believe.
Wait, somebody was at the house party? The one that we all went to?
Yes.
Oh, my boy Roy Hart.
Yes.
Yeah, at the backyard. Yeah. Beers. Yeah. Yes, that Roy Hart. Yeah, he played. Yeah, defensive tackle. Yeah, he played with the greats, man. With Howie, with Townsend. Yeah, he played with Howie, Townsend, Scott Davis. Yeah. That was a
You
good.
walk in with
That
the
was a good
Cisco
beat
kid, they're like, "Hey, it's the Cisco kid."
But
So
you guys you put way too much hype on it. It wasn't like that at all. It was more like, this guy's here? Oh, hell. Hide your
He's like,
beers. Hide your beers and your tequila. He's here. Damn it.
That didn't work too well.
no, it didn't.
Yeah.
I ended up having to drive the Cisco kid home.
Yeah, you did. You sure did. Hey, that was the only time I really get to indulge and hang out and stuff. And and like you guys know, you were there. Lovely a beer throws this suicide awareness every home opener weekend, and she'll always call me and verify that like we're not having any event, so it doesn't clash with it. And I love her for that. She's just a beautiful person, and I want to get her on a show and let her talk about what she does. She's up here to me. I'm here. She's here. She's awesome. I love a beer. She's got great heart, great person, and if anybody needs kudos, it's her. She's awesome. And yeah, so I told you guys when we went to go support Mike, Philly Mike, DJ Mike Scott, I was like, man, I got to go there at least for an hour. I got to go there and support.
Yeah.
I'm
And
glad we did. It was cool.
yeah, it was
awesome.
a good time. Got to see a lot of people I didn't know were there. Recruiting Roy. I didn't know he was going to be
Yeah, there's
standing
a lot of
around.
people.
So, so it was cool. It was a good night. Definitely a good night.
So, guys, stay tuned because we will follow up with Cisco on the hookup question for Reno. All right. Hey, and it's, you know what? Cisco does it because he loves us, guys, because he's out there, he's trying to support us, trying to help us out to make sure that, the events that we got out there are legit. And he tries to do everything in his power, guys. It's not like, hey, he got these guys on a 911 call and it's like the bat signal where he just goes, "Hey, Batman, get out there. TBH Reno," and like 50 guys show up. No, it's like it takes a lot of
It's a little work.
talking and lots of work. And you know what? Our sister Marlene put a great package together out there, and she's been putting in a lot of work for you guys. So, guys, make sure you guys take care of that Kenny Shed event. Now, Cisco Kid, hit us up with the black hole events, baby, that we got going on.
All right. Well, some of you that are locked into social media probably seen it already. I posted it. Our official IG posted it. Our Facebook page posted it. I don't know if the emails came out yet. You guys can probably tell me. But this coming Monday night game, we have none other than the person we were just talking about, Mr. Charles C. Wood, is going to be our I forgot what they call him, but basically he's leading the march. He's going to be carrying the flag and people with the banner, and he's going to be the master of ceremonies, man, leading the march. So hopefully this one will be a victory. But yeah, it's going to be a special night. I mean, I know we're playing terribly, but we got a legend leading the march. That game particular actually is going to be, as you guys know, fans are on the tickets. You know, Violator's been on it, or I'm not sure Violator's been on it yet, but Senor's ticket was there. Our Lady of Raider Nation, Nikki's was on there. A couple of other fans were already listed. Well, this particular game is my brother Black Hole Rob's ticket. So he'll be on the ticket this for this Monday night's game. So that's a special one in itself. I definitely got to stack up on the programs and get me as many as I can. So obviously I have them and ship them to his wife and kids and make sure they got a copy. So yeah, we got that. And we also I don't want to let the cat out of the bag, but I'll wait till we can post it, but there might be another exclusive Woodson sighting appearance. But I'll bite my tongue at the moment. But whoever's listening, whoever's watching, stay locked into our social media, my social media. When I say ours, the Black Holes social media. And we'll make that announcement as soon as when we can. Put it that way. But yeah, it'll definitely be in the house.
Nice.
So we're looking forward to that. And that is this coming Monday for Monday Night Football. The second one we got is which one's coming for May or June? June. Yeah, the Pacific Northwest. Pacific Northwest is having their what's the 5th or 6th annual?
Oh man!
I went to the 4th. It's the 6th annual.
I think they're at the 6th now.
Yeah,
6th.
the 6th. That's May 3rd.
No.
June
Cinco de
20th.
Mayo weekend.
That's May that is going to be the 20th of June, brother. That's the 20th
Oh
of
wait,
June.
no. The Pacific Northwest barbecue.
Oh no. You're talking about the Northern
Oh,
California,
right. I'm getting them
Northern
mixed up.
Nevada Black.
Yeah. No, I can't keep track of both. Okay, yeah, you're right. You're right.
Sorry, guys. Black Jesus came to mind, and everything goes blank.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. So we got the big Northern California, Northern Reno chapters getting together. I think Marlene, there's like 7 total.
7 total.
Chapters getting together, and they're having their first annual barbecue get together. I don't know what you're going to call it because now it's a car show. The car show is going to be kind of part of it.
Yeah.
God
This
knows
year-
what else they're going to be putting a part of it, but it's got some super fans lined up. I'm sure. Well, Senor's up in that area, Gorilla's up in that area. I'm sure he's going to come out. We got Raider Villas coming out, who's our chapter president in
Central Coast.
Central Coast.
They'll be out suited.
She's gonna kill me. Our gal that's out of Sacramento, that's always out and about.
Raider
Goddess. Marina.
That's what it is. I didn't want to jack up her name. I can't keep up with this. I'm sorry, I can't keep up with the superfan names. I really can't. No. But yeah, she's a wonderful gal. Love her. She's always nice and sweet, and yeah, she's awesome. I'm sure there'll be other ones. I'm sure there's going to be other ones out there. I think I mentioned it. Yeah, we got till May. We got plenty of time. Till May. We got plenty of time. Be Cinco de Mayo weekend. Weather should be decent. So I think I mentioned it on last week's call. We have our old DJ from Oakland, did our tailgates and our events, Bumpin' Beto. He's awesome, spins everything under the sun. If you aren't dancing, you must be deaf, because that boy will get you dancing. So yeah, it's definitely going to be one not to miss. So I'm definitely going myself. Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. And then yes, now we're talking about the Pacific Northwest chapters are going to do. I believe it is their 6th, right? Because you guys went out to, because I went to the 4th one when it was in Portland, and then you guys went when it was in Seattle.
So we went to the 5th one
this one's
last year.
going to be in Spokane, right? Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, that's another one. That's always a good time. Always a good time. So whoever can make it out to that, make it out to that. But we'll be making these announcements as they pop up. You guys can't mark your calendars just yet because the schedule's not out, but we're definitely, as you guys know, I'm letting the listeners who's ever tuning into this, which I'm sure there's probably about 3 of them, only because they don't want to hear me. They rather see you two on
That-
there, but not me.
Wow. That's
But
cool.
we're going to plan a big one in Houston. So all the Texas chapters are talking about attending that Houston
Nice.
game. So yeah, that's definitely one in the planning that's going to be going on. So looking forward. We always got stuff going on. You guys are doing a great job on your end, taking care of business, and we try and do our best here in Vegas to hold it down for the nation to enjoy themselves, and we're going to keep it going.
Is Houston
Absolutely.
trying to do that this year or
That will
No,
be next year.
next season we
next?
play Houston in
Okay,
Houston.
got it.
Yeah.
Oh wait,
Right.
this
So
year's already going to be over. Yeah, next. Yeah, I don't know. Time's going by
this
so
is
fast.
absolutely says so. This is why Cisco needs us. The left and the right hand and the back and the front, guys. So, December 29th, we got Wing King in Reno is gonna have Kenny Shed. Then we know we're not gonna have a lot of people down there in NOLA, but we got a group of people that will be down in NOLA. So the Cisco Kid has arranged for the travel brigade to just gather up Raiders fans and make sure that we're having a good time down there and we're amongst family. So if you guys want to have some information, hit up the travel brigade page. We'll hook that up so that way you guys are with Raiders family. That he's talking about the
Yeah.
TBH Blackout in May the 3rd. We are telling you guys right now that is gonna be a hot ticket. The Cisco Kid will be in town. Make sure that you guys get with Marlene. You guys will have Raiderette Via. You will have Raiderette Goddess. And like Cisco Kid says, you don't know who you'll see. You might see Senor. You might see Rilla. You might see a lot of these other big names amongst Raider Nation. Why is it? Because we going back home to Oakland, baby. And we about to black it out, and we are gonna party all night and all day, baby.
Yeah.
So, hey, make sure you guys get down there, enjoy the music. You got the car show, you got a lot of stuff going on. Then in
Yep.
June, baby, if you are still in for a little Raider Nation and you want to get to that outdoors, man, hit up our boy Tony Bova with TBH Spokane for that 6th annual barbecue in the Pacific Northwest. See a little bit of Idaho, a little bit of Washington, get a little bit of greenery, and enjoy a good time. Well, fam, guys, do we got anything else?
Mm,
I don't know, man. I think that's pretty much it.
yeah.
Yeah, I think that at least on my end. Talked about
And guys,
upcoming events. Talked about this weekend or this Monday night weekend coming up, the festivities that are going on. Oh, a lot of signings as well. Yeah, I did. I just was so caught up with the C Wood leading the march, but we're also going to have Bo Jackson. God, why am I drawing a blank?
and
I should have.
Belitnikov. So we
Yeah,
have, guys, at the
Bolitnikov,
House of Blues, we will have Belitnikov. We will
Rod
have
Woodson.
Rod Woodson, Tyree Wilson.
Yeah,
We will have a
Samir.
ton, Zamir White. Hey, Cisco just hit them all on the head. Guys, he has so much information going up in there for Raider Nation that it just, sometimes it's slow flow, all right? So, hey, that's our job to help him out so that way we can push out that info. So, guys, House of Blues for this game day weekend. It's like our brother Cisco said, go down there, get a signing, meet a player, have a good time, take your kid. Take your kid. Guys, it's a family event. It's a great experience. I'll be like, make sure that if you guys don't have anybody down there, maybe hit up the Cisco kid. Say, hey, brother, I need some Raider Nation love down here. And he can definitely direct you in the right direction. Hey, if you guys are in the Reno area, make sure you hit up our sister Marlene. I'll be like, she will treat you like gold. If you guys don't know, I know, because she's definitely hooked the brother up once or twice and picked me up when I was down. So, guys, make sure that if you guys get a chance, you guys hit her up. And now, if you guys are on the western slope of Colorado, you always know, hit up your boy Raider Will, Silver and Black Radio Podcast. And I want to thank the Cisco Kid. I want to thank Marlene for you guys taking time out of your day. And Cisco, we know that your time is precious, brother. And thank you for taking time to speak to two of your own and, kind of taking a little bit of time out of your day and allowing us to put you on the spot.
Well, I appreciate you guys and all you do. So this is, a way to give back. I love you guys, and you know that. So, when you asked me to be a part of this, I was more than happy to. So, yeah.
We appreciate you.
Absolutely. And guys, remember to like, share, and subscribe. Make sure to comment. Make sure if you guys got something for the Cisco Kid, you guys comment below and hit us up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, wherever it's at. We are there. Now, guys, hey, I got nothing but love for you guys. It's all about one nation. It's all about one team. It's all about the Raiders.